This place. Atsura asked me to train a crop of new sailors. Guess the sharpshooting lesson was wasted. Should have spent that time talking about home. I didn't stay long. We sailed north for target practice, then circled back. Should have kept going.
Right here. Leave it to me.
Is there anything else?
Mm-hmm. I got this.
Got some. In my sights.
I think not. Yes. What do you need? Yes. No rush, but if you have any antidotes handy,
Still
I'd
got
be
it.
much obliged. Mm-hmm. Yeah? How may I? If you insist. I shall. Yeah! There's a walloping! How may I help? If you insist. What indeed?
Watch and learn.
Anybody mind if I smoke? Do you think I'm going to...
How do you like that?
What? Very well. What now?
How might I assist? Happy to oblige. A question, Watcher?
There's a walloping! Yeah? Be right there.
Is there anything else?
As you can see, we have need of it. Rawatayans do not do anything in half measures. The Deadfire is a savage place, something the Valian coin counters and Huana tribals do not seem to recognize. But our people conquered Rawatai 2 millennia ago. We understand what it takes to survive, to tame a wild land.
Ammunition? We keep lots of ammunition. Get new shipments all the time from Rawatai.
Not for the Bombard. Fleetmaster Ko fired it all at the Colossus. All that's left are cannonballs, and they're too small.
Maybe Imuro had some. In his workshop, he was making these new explosive shells.
That's not really what you'd call a defensive weapon, wouldn't you say? More like something you'd lay siege with.
Soldier, did I ask for an inventory of your supplies? Stick to the topic.
Anyway, you should check, just in case. Imuro's workshop was by the northern gate.
Show them how it's done.
Oh, good.
What now?
Oh, that's the stuff.
Oh?
What? All right.
Yes? Yes? Yes?
Lava beyond seek.
You see that, Ishi?
Just like that.
Lava beyond seek. What now? What?
That's it.
What? What now?
Consider it. Aye?
Of course. Oh, this is.
How may I help?
All right.
The wheel has ground you all to dust. Only I will remain.
Yes, very well.
Aye?
All right. What now?
Aye?
If you insist.
Yes?
Take that.
Don't you have other matters to attend?
Yes. As you wish.
Hmm? Oh?
Hey there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. What?
Oh?
Captain?
How may I help? How may I help?
Yeah? Yeah, sure. Yeah. What?
Captain?
Yes?
You were saying?
Yes? Hey there.
Speak freely.
Mm-hmm, sure. Right here. Yeah? Be right there. Hey there.
What is this? Come closer. You glow so brightly, just like the away. The striped fiends profane the island, endlessly burrowing, building. They bury the Adra under stone. Sugan says we must find a way in. Sugan says I must find a way in. Speaker for the gods. Grandfather to many. He leads us here. And here I must find a way in. The fiends gather at the walls, searching too. Not for me, but they see me still. It is too dark. I will lose my way, or be swallowed by the terrible walker. Stay a little longer. Your glow is a comfort here. No, not dead. Still searching. Away, I said. A glowing, shining way. The way glows like an anglerfish lure, but it feels safe. I will follow the way, I think. But then I see another glowing thing. This one does not feel safe. Now, there is no way and no light. I am afraid. The way. I am searching for a way. Show me.
Right here. I got this. I got this. Right here.
You know, you reek of that hagfish you carry. Dispose of it at once. How does one possess the time to collect this many fish?
Another
Mm-hmm.
fool with a death wish. Just like it.
Hey.
Here we go. I thought we were friends.
Yeah?
I got it.
Yeah? Give me a real challenge. Yeah?
I taste his fear. Open. Open. That's the stuff.
There's no need for that. Mm-hmm. Be right there.
Yes. course.
Finally, some peace and quiet. Just keep that bird away from my work.
Stand down, Ishii. The man is doing important work.
Slave sphincter, those snakes were noisy. I don't suppose you brought any extra parchment with you? I'm writing it all down. My research, my work, something to survive before the next walk-in Colossus, the next Naga warband. Do you need something? If not, I should focus. So much to do. Only one. Just a prototype. In there.
Captain, I don't ask for much. I need to see this thing go off.
It is most impressive. You're welcome to it. I only ask that you compile notes on the blast radius, detonation temperature, smoke formation, debris trajectory. What didn't? A colossus made of Adra marched through the fort, grew bright like luminous, and scores of soldiers fell dead. Incredible.
If Aethys got to them first, then you can fit their remains in a pouch of white leaf.
Then the Naga killed everyone else. Except Latharn, I suppose. Yes, he must have left. Dawnstar fellow. Arrived yesterday, last week, complained of strange dreams. Smart of him to leave so soon. They should split up. Safer that way. Better odds. Do you need something? If not, I should focus. So much to do. How indeed. Naga everywhere. Suppose your best chance will be up along the walls, west and south. But how to get there? Better perhaps to keep going south, around the edge of the fort, through Fleet Master Ko's office. More cover from the Naga. Safety in numbers, eh? A comforting illusion. Let the others have it if they wish it. I must see that my work survives.
Consider it done.
What's over there?
Aye? Yes?
Indeed.
This won't do.
Yes?
Got someone
I'll
on my
teach
sights.
you a lesson.
I can scarcely believe it.
Yes, that's right!
Aye?
Very well.
Oh?
Give me a challenge.
Another fool with a death wish.
Yeah! Yes?
Oh, good.
You were saying?
Some assistance, please.
What now?
I'm listening. For the wrong Anui.
Yes?
Captain?
How might I assist? As you wish. A question, Watcher? Taste blood.
Try this now. Yeah? Right here. I got this. I'll teach you a lesson.
Yes?
You were saying?
There's a weapon. Hey there. My pleasure.
Yes?
I cannot whack him any harder. Aye. Of course. How may I help?
How might I assist? Yes, as you wish.
Insufferable.
Yes?
Aye.
Indeed.
We've got company. Right on target. How do you like?
Some assistance, please?
What?
Did I do that?
I'm listening. Your orders?
Just like that.
I'm listening. You were saying?
Hey.
Hey there. Hey there. Leave it to me.
Aye.
You see that, Ishi?
If you insist.
Hey. What do you need?
Right here.
Something I can do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
For pigs.
Ah, remember this little soldier? Glad to see you made it, friend.
Yeah?
What can I do you for? Yeah, I hear you.
You must gather your party before venturing.
Is there anything else?
Eothas will take what remains of your soul.
Right here, sure.
The sea-striped fiends send you to uproot the tree of the gods, yes? Their blasphemy knows no bounds.
Give the order, Captain. Or just nod. I'm not picky.
So, the fiends corrupt even the sand-striped ones. Now I taste their stench on her. If you join them in befouling the Adra, then you will join them in death, too. The tree of the gods, yes, which these fiends plunder and profane. Go! Carry a warning of what you have seen to the other shufflers. That shufflers must not disturb these roots, or the gods will destroy the islands again. Do your stories say nothing of the many disasters? Of the shuffler nests washed away like foam? Many generations ago, the sand-striped ones built great hives across the islands, and bastions around the Adra roots. Their ancestors, yes. Their meddling displeased the gods, so the gods smashed their works with heaving volcanoes and crashing waves. You shufflers are beasts of habit. You do not learn. You do not change. You cast off your sheddings by night, only to put them back on at daybreak. You wrap yourself in filthy, worn-out things. Our ancestors hid deep where the waters quenched the fires and muffled the storms. they remembered while shufflers scattered. Now, the shufflers build again. The gods see. They will tear them all down. If your fat tongue speaks true, then give us proof. If this is not some fat-tongued lie, then show us. Approach. Restore the blessing of the gods to the Adra.
Right here.
As your hand touches the dim Adra, you feel the same cool, pricking sensation that you did when you touched the pillar near Port Mage. You concentrate on the pillar. The world around you swiftly falls away, leaving only the vast emptiness of the in-between. The Adra, and a multitude of golden threads undulating off into the distance. For a second time, you gather the threads in your mind and bind them together, forming a solid tether that ripples out toward its distant anchor. Again, a crack sounds from the terminus. Your consciousness is violently pulled along the cord. You are prepared for the sensation this time, but are still disoriented when you come to a sudden stop. You find yourself standing behind a familiar Titanic statue as it trudges through invisible waters. Standing at Aethys's shoulder, your soul is dwarfed by the massive god's form. Energy pulses along the tether, each wave feeding the Adra's movements. He stops. His head cranes behind him, again accompanied by the sound of stone shearing and buckling. His eyes rest upon you. He does not reach for the cord, but considers you for a long span of silence before speaking.
Your first attempt to contact me was brave. This second attempt, is it born out of desperation or something else? Why do you continue to follow me, Watcher of Cadnua? There was no malice in that act. It was a coincidence of time, place, and necessity.
Aethys's voice grows fainter as he speaks.
I am sorry for what I did, but it was done for the hope of a better future. Even a god needs strength. This form requires much more than that of a mortal kith. Without those souls in Cadnua, I would never have been able to free myself. Thousands that you know of, millions unknown to you. Death follows us both, Watcher. We must always care and take care, but caring is not enough.
Aethys becomes silent. You can sense his presence advancing back along the cord between you. His energy flows over your hand, tendrils of light probing into the air around you. They poke and prod at the silent lost souls hovering in your vicinity.
You are in a unique position. In spite of the work of the Leaden Key and Hand Occult, you have seen through our facade. You know the god's true nature. Without the benefit of your knowledge, few mortals would be willing to accept the true history of their gods. After all, we weren't. The last time I walked Aora, I made a mistake in not revealing my true purpose. I believe you would understand it better than most. Yes, I will tell you, but this is not the time. As I take this body farther from the lighthouse, the tether grows weaker, and I have already tarried too long. Soon this link will unravel completely. If I have not reached my destination when that happens, I will need to pull more souls from your world.
The edges of Aethys's massive form blur and dissolve. The huge figure retreats from you. As it moves, the tether begins to rapidly unravel. As Aethys speaks, his voice sounds garbled, fragmented, and distant.
If you would know more, find me at the Ashen Maw in Margren's Teeth. I must rest there before I begin my final work. When I leave that place, you will not be able to follow. Before I go, I should return some of this to you. I still have need of the great power of your soul, but I can spare you this portion.
A pulse of energy moves back along the golden cord toward you. It feels familiar, comforting, even before it contacts you. The energy washes over you, flooding you with feelings and memories you had thought long forgotten until they settle back into the cracks of your soul. And then the tether and cord snap. Aethys's figure evaporating into dust that mingles with the endless gray expanse. Heat rushes over you, and the uncomfortable sensation of the Audra Pillar's presence cuts off. The gloom of the in-between is pierced by the light of the living world. You are back in the lighthouse, no longer dim. The luminous Audra beside you is filled with warmth and light.
Long have we kept peace with the sand-striped people. But then, the foreign ones came and spread, killed our people, built their hives everywhere.
Your type weren't exactly accommodating.
We were sure the Godwalker came to cast them out, that driving them away was a holy mission. But on whose terms? We must go. I know not what this means, but our brethren should hear of it.
Not an option, Snake. Bet you were keeping count of how many good soldiers you fanged. Captain?
You show us something new today, Shuffler. Thank you for this, and for your mercy.
something. Good thinking.
Yeah?
Captain, a word? What, did Ishi defecate in your favorite helmet or something? You've spoken to Aethys, which means you know what we're up against. If the fleet sailed up to him and fired every cannon at once, I imagine we'd have a fighting chance at taking a chip off his kneecap. There's no stopping him, is there? Get used to it. That's how things get done in this part of the world. I suppose there's a certain appeal to recognizing the inevitable. We don't have to waste our breath trying to stop it. All assuming that reason can penetrate the green boy's head better than bullets can. It reminds me of the first time I shot to kill. There he stood, a pirate captain barking orders from the forecastle. Out of everyone's range but mine. The wind toyed with us. I took aim, never thinking I'd make the shot, but then I felt this awareness, like someone out there was aiming me. A cannon blast took me by surprise. I squeezed off a shot, expecting it to fly wide, but the bullet took my target between his eyes. I don't know if Bareth kicked open a door or the Sky Mother held my hand, but that man was meant to die. I've got that same feeling now. Better or worse, I know that Aethys is meant to succeed. Hope I didn't take the wind out of your sail. Whether or not we can change anything, at least we can say we were there. That's more than most people get.
I've got some answers.
Right here. I got this.
Ha!
Ha!
Don't let the door hit your scaly behinds on the way out.
As much as I like pretending nothing happened, perhaps we should talk about your episode with the Ardra.
When the captain goes all starry-eyed like that, the crew starts to ask questions.
If you got something to tell us...
You don't look like you're gonna be sick this time, so I take it that's a good sign?
That sounds ominous.
You're looking upright, Captain. But something in your eyes tells me different.
Well, Margaren's teeth sounds like the kind of place that should rather stick out. Shall we continue on?
This cannot last, you know.
Scale-bellied cowards! I knew they'd run! Look at our beacon. Even the Colossus couldn't destroy it. And those snakes aren't so tough now, are they? The lighthouse shines again. We survived. It's proof that our people can conquer anything. That our works can survive even here. The Hansanui will want to thank you personally for your help here. And she should also know what we're up against. She's usually at the Brass Citadel in Nekataka. Though she gets called to the palace often, haggling with the Queen and the Valians. Looking for a real challenge after what you did to those scale bellies? The only thing I know about the place is it's supposedly made of fire, and no one's ever come back from it. But anything can be overcome. Clear skies.
Light of Aethys be upon you, neighbor. Are you looking for survivors?
A short lady, about my age, came from Deerwood with her son. Let's see. Freckles, braids, usually. Punches you in the arm if she likes you, face if not. Oh, and that's if you're lucky.
No, that doesn't sound like anyone.
You gotta be her son. Got her nose and her freckles. You don't have to lie to me, kid. I'm a friend of your mother's. She hiding from someone? Maybe an ex-lover who gave her the best night of her life?
No, I misspoke.
Forget it. Just tell me something. Your father, you know him?
I'm sorry, who are you? Right, Friends of Alavas. Yes, I knew my father when I was very young. He was a man of strong faith.
Have to be. You get a lava mad, you need a god on your side for protection.
He was lost to us during the purges, which was how we came to flee here.
So you met him? Well, that's great. You had a dad. where's your mother now? Got a lot of catching up to do.
My mother is with Aethys. She passed the veil a few years ago. A flu. It's possible her soul has taken a new body by now, but if she was truly blessed, she marches instead beside the Shining God.
You lied to us. Said you didn't know her. Expect me to believe this now? Funny, you wouldn't know it to look at him.
I'm not lying. She's buried on the other side of that hill.
How could she be gone?
Don't be troubled by her passing. All souls that march with Aethys receive his warmth and light. Aethys has come to us twice now. Even Oblivion couldn't slow his march. We shouldn't have opposed his first coming. He meant to rally us under his banner.
I know a lot of Dead Deer Woodens who will be relieved to hear that. Well, usually a good idea to react hastily to an invasion. Although after he was dead, I don't think any of us ever found out why he'd done what he did.
Aethys forced everyone to declare themselves as ally or enemy, nothing more. Now he marches again, and we have a chance to correct our mistake.
Well, that's charitable.
I would like to have joined him when he passed this way, but I was weak. It won't happen again. You can't build on broken foundations. Real change needs destruction. I trust my God knows better than I do. He knows truths I'll never learn.
And got that right.
I was once lost. I struggled as you do now. But the partisans of the lighted path have restored my faith in Aethys. What greater honor than to march in his vanguard? We began as children of the Dawnstars, separated from each other as we questioned our purpose. But then Aethys granted a vision to Gadarian Bosch. Bosch saw an illuminated path lighten the way through a black abyss. And he saw Aethys marching on the path, and Aethys bade him to march alongside.
Not quite how I've been seeing it, but everyone's open to their own interpretations.
And the Shining God told Gadarian Bosch to gather an army of the God's truest followers, and to prepare to lead it into battle.
You'd think after getting blown up, he'd slow down on the battling.
We don't know. The end of the path hasn't been revealed to Gadarian Bosch yet. But to the faithful, shouldn't matter. Aethys himself has appeared in Deadfire in the form Gadarian Bosch foretold. That's more proof than any of his faithful could ever ask. What fortune to be given this opportunity, to know our God in the living world. There'll be a great journey, but we're prepared. Gadarian Bosch knows the way. Gadarian Bosch warned us. Those outside the partisans may ridicule us and test our faith. Especially our old families and others close to them. We've learned it's best to keep to ourselves and those with open minds, which relations and friends mostly aren't.
we can go.
Hey, kid. What was your name again?
Bairn.
Right. This lighted path fellow, Bosch. Sounds interesting. There's some way I can meet him?
He's usually on the move, rallying followers. But the partisans of the lighted path often gather in the Temple of Aethys in Nekataka. I am soon to go there myself, in fact. There's an adherent there, Ogna, who initiates new partisans. No doubt she'd be pleased to help you. Aethys needs able soldiers, even in their elder years. You should consider what Ogna has to say. It might speak to you. Farewell.
Yeah, be right there.
Do you need something? If not, I should focus. So much to do. What didn't? Then they should split up. Do you need something?
Consider it done. Right here. Leave it to me.
What do you want?
Gossip? Really?
Now you're speaking my language. I half expect Shodi to crawl into your tent when you're not looking. Isilmir asked if she could buy me a drink. I told her I only thirst for blood. Almost made Alof pee his pants. I asked him which of us he thinks is taller. Now he won't talk to me. He wants Rekka to touch his hair. I can tell. She keeps asking me if I think her weapons are happy. Can you tell her to leave me alone? Palagina picks me up when she thinks you're not looking. For someone so severe, she's gentler than you might expect. Constantine and I have an understanding. The nature of that understanding is none of your business. What do you want? It doesn't matter. I don't want to talk about this right now. It doesn't matter. I don't want... Good, I was starting to...
You blink and find yourself standing in the knee-high grass of an endless field, with the day just falling into dusk. Then, the earth falls away. The wind ceases, and you are sent tumbling up into the dark of the sky.
Watcher.
The voice of the Pallid Knight shakes the earth at your feet. You have returned to Bareth's realm, your soul once more called to attend the wishes of the God of Death.
Once again, you have spoken with the Child of Light. Tell me what you have learned. Intriguing.
The Pallid Knight stares past you, pensive.
While attend, tell me what your many eyes perceive.
Her words ring out, and a heavy silence descends. In the silence breaks the murmur of countless voices. They speak all at once in languages both known and unknown to you. In the space beside Bareth, an eye blinks open, followed fast by several more. They are round, keen eyes of Kith, the slit eyes of snakes, the small, dark marbles of birds, the bulbous lanterns of deep-sea fish.
Here we are.
A figure walks through the cloud of eyes as one might step through a door. It is an Orlan, then a pale elf, an ocean human, a Naga, each of them eyeless. They are Wal.
This is the first interesting thing to happen in ages, and we do so love a riddle.
The figure wears an Amawa's grin, and the many voices beneath its own titter.
We see between the strings of the world, and Aothas is there, strumming them like a lute. His tongue is still, yet he sings of a coming joy. What tune he plays, we do not know. It is complex, ever shifting. One moment vibrating in harmony, the next in discord.
A man strides through the door to Bareth's realm. Behind him lope wolves with lolling tongues, and jungle cats whose long tails twitch with every step. Galawain, the changeling, arrives, and he brings with him the wild heart of Aora's untamed places. Fast on Galawain's heels, a small wave of seawater washes across the tiles. It pours off the edge of the platform and cascades down into the beyond. From out of the water rears a glowing lure, then the head of a gigantic fish. The round black eyes of Andra roll to meet yours.
My gift bearers bring to me that which Kith most want to forget, and in their memories I see you as Wal does. You are the one who leaves chaos in his wake. You knew one of them once, my gift bearers, Maneha. She longs to forget and to help others do the same. But when given the chance to aid her, you did not. You are a capricious creature, like Aothas.
Andra's storm-black eyes roll away from you.
Aothas is nothing if not resourceful. I admire his nerve.
In the changeling's voice, you hear the soft patter of rain on leaves and the rush of wind through treetops.
If his journey leads him back to us, he has proved himself worthy of return to the fold.
Aothas does not return to us. He returns to execute some grand plan. We must stop him.
Andra's voice rises like a tide, panic riding its crest. The doors lining the walls of Bareth's realm slam open in unison. Warped pieces of ancient armor and the remnants of discarded weapons roar through the doorways. They meet in the center of the room, in a shower of sparks, and form the vague figure of a man. Finally, a blacksmith's sledge hurtles past your shoulder, and the figure snatches it from the air. A man made half of metal and half of ruined skin stands before you. The rounded metal of a well-worn shield makes up most of his skull, his right eye socket, and jaw. His mouth is pulled forever into a half-grimace.
If Eothas has something foolish planned, perhaps we can turn him from that path and set him down a more productive one.
Abaddon's words crash and screech together, like long steel gears forced to movement for the first time in centuries.
Abaddon speaks with a child's naivety. He violates not their realms, but mine. I feel his urgency in every stamp of his feet along my spine. I will send tsunamis to slow him, if Mogren would stir the earth beneath Mogren's teeth.
The water at your feet recedes. Lava oozes up through the shallow water, and a woman made from the guts of the earth emerges. She settles her characteristic broadsword on her shoulder and sighs a cloud of smoke and ash. Mogren returns.
In the age when our steps carved valleys across the face of Aeora, our bodies were impervious to all but the strongest attacks. I doubt fire and water will be enough to stop him. But I will bear down upon Eothas with all the heat and fury of the earth. If I must.
The death of thousands now could prevent the death of millions later.
Dark, inky tears fall from Andra's eyes.
Sacrifices of the few protect the futures of the many. You cannot let your petty, mortal feelings blind you to the urgency of the dilemma Eothas has thrust upon us.
You will mind upon whose ground you tread.
The Pallid Knight watches you with keen, predatory eyes. The deep, bellowing cry of an aurochs shakes the ground beneath your feet. The cry drones on and on, a moan without end. Wal's many eyes squeeze shut. Andra slips back beneath her waves. Mogren dissipates in a swirling cloud of steam. Galawain's beasts cower and whine. Only the Pallid Knight stands impassive.
My end comes to all things in time. Should Eothas care to hasten the inevitable, I welcome his efforts. Eothas seeks a slate wiped clean. Freedom from the endless revolutions of Barath's wheel. The final emancipation of the countless stolen mortal lives the gods hoard within themselves.
The Child of Light will not choose the hour of my death.
Mogren tests the edge of her broadsword with a smoldering finger.
He sows chaos in his longing for a radiant dawn. So much will be lost in the cacophony of fear his actions inspire.
The crack of thunder rends the air. The gods fall silent.
We can wait no longer to act. Speak with him, Watcher. Discover what it is he plans.
Water begins to creep across the floor. It swells, runs swiftly, and catches at your ankles. You scrabble at the tiles, but it's no use. The current's pull drags you off the edge of Bareth's realm, and into the fathomless beyond. You splash down in water so dark you can't see the bottom. Then, the water recedes, gone like a dream upon waking. The hard wood of your cabin's floor presses against your spine. The gods are gone, but you remain.
Give me a real challenge.
Watcher, tell me what's on your mind. They're there in my head when I sleep. And sometimes I can taste them on the back of my tongue like a smear of grit. Happens when I take in a particularly volatile soul. You need me, I'll be 2 whoops and a holler away.
What is it, Casita?
Captain, do you require my expertise? My studies? I cannot promise a dissertation, but I'll happily discourse upon the broader strokes. You haven't read my work, then? As an apprentice, I focused on, and then helped discredit, the phrenological approach. At the time, it seemed more difficult than I thought it should be. Some of my colleagues had a vested interest in a model of the world that included an inherent hierarchy of kith. That some kith made more worthy receptacles for souls than others, based on the shape of their brow or the length of their ears, was apparently an idea too tantalizing to abandon. Afterwards, my interest turned to the theoretical, before shifting a few decades later to the study of parapsychological inertia. Parapsychological inertia. The tendency for some souls to gravitate towards familiar locales or engage in behaviors exhibited from past lives. From there, I moved on to work in metamortality, the scientific study of souls over lifetimes and the cycle of reincarnation. Which brings us to the present. You set the sled before the dogs. Before making decisions regarding what should be done, we must first understand what is. Anything else is a dream in the dark. I could theorize, but given how little I've observed of him, it would be irresponsible of me to do so. It must require incredible energy, though. Staggering amounts of soul essence. And can Audra truly be so flexible? Why does he not crumble? Whatever he is, however he accomplishes it, perhaps we can discover together. If the discovering doesn't kill us. That depends on who you ask. Generally, Audra conducts soul energy. Luminous Audra also stores it, however. Is it simply a worse conductor getting clogged by essence? Or is this indicative of a specialized function? Unfortunately, greed stymies inquiry. Rawat the truth, of course. I'm sorry that I have no simple embarking on inquiry with an agenda. That is how mistakes get made. Not at all, but I admit them. That depends on who you ask. Generally, Audra conducts soul energy. Luminous Audra also stores it, however. Is it simply a worse conductor getting clogged by essence? Or is this indicative of a specialized function? Unfortunately, greed stymies inquiry. Rawatai and the Republics grind every ounce they find down into bath salts. Of course, Captain.
My friend, hello. Ask, please. Who? Her bird is mean. You see where he bit me? I like him. She reminds me of my old teacher. Do you think she would spar with me? But maybe I have enough scars. Tekehu showed me rice wine. Ugh, it is terrible. You are out of rice wine, by the way. Who? I offered her a candied nut and she took them all. She is like my sister. Fine, yes. Ta. Later, then.
Great and terrible things are at work. And once again, you seem to be in the middle of it. The Rawatayans we passed will doubtless spread word of what you've done in Hasongo. But others will want to know what you've seen. They'll look to you for answers. As am I. It reminds me of the question that drew me to the Deadfire. The one I've been avoiding. I promised to tell you what I was doing among the Animancers at Port Marge. As you may have guessed, I was observing them, gathering information on the various Animancy operations in the region. Not out of malice. There was simply no better way. Animancy is a subject of particular interest to the Leaden Key. Through it, I hope to pick up the trail. Merely a first step. After that incident in Old Valia, I thought more about the Leaden Key and its particular composition. It's existed for over 2,000 years. Say what you will about its motives and methods, but that's an impressive tenure. That's when I realized how short-sighted I'd been. To think I could undo the Leaden Key without understanding how it works. I found references to an ancient Leaden Key cabal in the Deadfire. Possibly one of the oldest, if accounts are credible. And they appear to have been working independently, without direct intervention from Theos, for almost 2 millennia. And how to destroy it, yes. Most sources refer to them as the Painted Masks. But I haven't met anyone here who knows that name. I don't know where in the Deadfire they are exactly, but I was hoping we could look for them together. That's all I ask.
I got time. Wasn't what I expected, I know that much. I had this idea that maybe I'd get along with him. Either 'cause he was like his mom, or 'cause he was like, It was like somebody talked him out of his personality. And when he looked at you, you got the feeling he was looking at someone a long ways behind you. It's not his fault. He's alone out here. And his mom was such a force. If she was so sure of herself, she'd have had that cult leader following her. Hard to replace something like that.
Let's get a move on.
Yes. You only have to ask.
Damn me, the cops run dry.
I thought Aothus was too busy kicking over islands to blunt his teeth with mortals. What say? You must take something from all this idle chatter with the gods. For what does he listen to you, then? The gods I know are tight of lip and hard of hearing. I could not imagine the inner workings of a god. But then, I am not meant to. It is for mortals to flail in the darkness, I say, while gods point us toward light. To be worshipped, to have others interpret your design. It is not fair, I say. For what should a god worry about such cares, when theirs is the hand on the tiller? Kara, I did not wish to burden you. These days I am having to think harder than my pampered years. You will forgive the handsome fish if he is as curious as the green god. At least Aothus has you to keep him in check. What happens when we catch up to him is something for future Tekehu to worry about. You have questions? Kara, I have answers. Captain, a word? You came to the Deadfire for your own reasons. The problems of others, they must be noisy obstacles by comparison. We both know the burden of being looked to as a source of hope. What say? And you wish for a moment of silence to dampen the rabble. Ikera, just so. All the powers of the Deadfire have their eyes on the Watcher of Cadnua. Tell me, is the Watcher watching anyone? Dead? Ikera, the blood which rushed to occupy one place has gone to all other places at once. No one with a beating heart, then? Ikera, I forgive this reckless fish for testing the waters. I will bother you no more. What say, Captain?